Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm facing the wrong direction. Okay. So today, you may have noticed that things are a little different in the hair department. Did this yesterday because I have been thinking for a while that I was sick of having long hair. And yesterday I had a soccer game and I was like, I am fat enough from all of the Christmas baking that I have eaten. I don't need an extra pound of hair weighing me down. Um, so yeah, I had already decided that I was going to cut it in December. I ended up waiting until January. My original plan was to do it for like a charity stream or something, but yeah, I just don't see that happening, and I got so fed up with it. So I don't see that happening in the near future, I should say. I definitely will do charity streams again. Um, but yeah, it'll probably be later. So we will do something like that later. Anyhow, we're back in Nordhairs, and okay, no, that's just the other room. Yes, and okay, good. Audio's working. And we are back in Nordhairs, working on the hotel yet again. So let's just take a nap. This is going to be quite the sight. There we go. That's what she looks like so far. And yeah, we are going to do the brickwork of the first level today for sure. And hopefully we will get started on the second level. We'll probably do the windows again, because let's be real, that's the part that looks impressive. Yeah, let's get cracking, just like my knuckles. Now you can't hear it. My wrists, then. Okay. So first off, we're going to need some bricks. Second off, we're going to need some music. Is that loud enough? I'm just going to try turning it up a bit. Okay. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Please do let me know if I'm too loud or too quiet. Okay. Yeah, okay. Audio levels seem okay for now. As I say, do let me know if that ever needs changing. Okay, so I suppose the logical start is right here in the gateway. So let me pull up my reference images for that. Because unfortunately, I've forgotten how I had planned those out. Okay, so it's walls behind here. Oh, come on. Oh, darn. Oh, I don't need my pistons and leafers anymore. That was the whole hassle with last time. Thank you for your service, pistons. We'll see you later. Okay, so there's definitely... Come on. And there we go. That's definitely how that is. That is how that be. Come on. Okay. So that's definitely how we want that. And I'm kind of an idiot for... Should not have that one on 7. Come on. Shoot. There we go. And I assume it's actually the same outside of the gate, but I'm not sure, so for now I'm gonna leave it. Okay, and this is actually full glass on the inside. So let's actually see if I can find a good photo. So it is full brick down here, I believe. Not sure about the side, though. And it is definitely bricks at the top. Come on. Oh, boy. Okay, there we go. So that's definitely like that. And there is an interior version of this frame here, which is pretty cool. That's not exactly the concern just yet. Okay, those are all... Can't actually tell from... Oh! Okay, here we go. Yep. So it is all walls in the same places. And these are both brick. And the corners also, but I can't reach them yet. I guess we will get to the corners in due time. There we go, that's that. And the rest of that inside should all be glass, except for the very top. The capstone, as it were. That one. Oh, I can't believe I made that jump. Okay. And it's all the same on this side as well. Which certainly makes our job much easier. And by our, I mean mine. Because, I mean, do you see you lazy bums doing any work on this? I didn't think so. Nice. Come on, there we go. Very nice. So that's those windows done. And then directly behind this, there's going to be the other frame. But then here, we have brickwork again. So there is like one tiny little corner in here where you can see the other side of this frame that's going to be here. But the vast majority of it is in fact just all bricks, which is quite nice, I think. But then again, I am a bit of a sucker for brickwork, so that does make sense. Pop that right there. Okay, and I believe these just show through, these ones here. We don't have a second frame, I think. Let me see if I have an image of that. Yeah, those frames just show through. And then the corners. Where are my corners in between? Okay, so we have Aha! We have brickwork corners. As one does in a brickwork building, you know. Pretty obvious, eh? Expect at some point people will be demanding me to shake things up a bit. Brickwork in brickwork corners? Yeah, it's too predictable. You know, that sort of thing. Okay, and that's actually a full block. I think it's actually wall on the inside, so let's check that. Unfortunately, I didn't take my reference pictures in the easiest order to do them. No, those are full blocks on the inside. Like that. Yep, that's what that is. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. Right the way up. Okay, and then it is bricks. Surprise, surprise, it's bricks. Okay, it's definitely bricks on the inside. I'm not quite as sure about the outside. Oh yeah, I got distracted by actually doing the brickwork. Aha, so it is wall all the way up on the exterior. But yeah, what I was trying to say is that unfortunately I didn't take my reference images in a particularly convenient order for me. And that's wall, and that's block, block, wall, block. Piece of cake. That easy. And just the same on this side. And wall, and block, and block, and wall, and wall, and block. And yes, it does look like that is in fact the case. Okay. And that's a block. I know there's some jiggery pokery that goes on right between the transition between the diagonals and the straights here. Straightaways. Colonnade. Colonnade. Yeah, there is a difference between here. Especially at the top. I remember that being somewhat complex. I don't remember how it was complex. I just remember that because I had to do some weird things, it ended up, unsurprisingly, kind of weird. Okay, yeah, and that is definitely a full block. Come on. Yep. There we go. One more. Okay, and then the blocks to cap her off. Beauty. So let's actually go ahead and do that on the other side before I forget how it works. Then we'll do our transition between the diagonals and the colonnades. Then we should probably do this bit. Otherwise it's just going to look strange, right? And all of this under area as well. Actually, if I were being clever, which, since I have the option, I think I will take it, I would, of course, put my scaffolding stacks in the middle rather than on the exterior. Okay, and yes, like so. like so. Now, in retrospect, I probably could have saved myself a good deal of hassle by moving these forward into this space. And that would have given me one more block of room on either end, really, to play with, which probably would have made for a nicer transition between the diagonals and the colonnade. But I didn't, so I am not going to bother redesigning this whole building just to make that one transition easier, especially when I've already built the ground floor of it. Okay, I should probably sleep, though. That might be a good idea. Okay. Let's just make sure that we're actually going to be okay. Surprised he's still in the shade there, actually. Ah, shoot. I was hoping to let the stray finish the creeper off. Been pleasant, but that's okay. I have that right? Yes, I do have that right. Sometimes working backwards off of reference images is a pain, but I think I'm getting better at it. Because it does seem like majority of the time I'm mostly able to figure out what the heck is going on, especially with the walls. I'm finding it easier to do more with the walls, which are the tricky part of working with reference images, walls and stairs, because they have the most sort of intricate detail work that it's easy to miss something in. Not up there, thank you. Nor up there. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That definitely goes like that. This goes like that. This goes like that. Come on, there we go. Okay. Maybe it wasn't such a great idea to smack my my scaffolding post right smack dab in the middle of the window. I'm not saying it was a bad idea. I'm just no longer convinced it was the brilliant idea I thought it was earlier on. Which seems to be how I think of a lot of my ideas, actually. Come to think of it. Yes. And now we come to the curious bit. Okay, so this part, the reference images may not be enough. I stand corrected? That is actually quite simple. Okay, so this is how easy it is. Bam, bam, bam. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That easy. I think it's probably the second level that it's actually complicated on. Because yeah, I thought it was much worse than that. But it is not. So I guess that's me sorted. Bam bam. A bam bam bam. There we go. Okay, and voila. I didn't need to take that scaffolding down. But I did. It's too late. Okay, and the colonnade. Here's where things get perhaps a little interesting. I actually don't think I can tell what's going on just from the reference image. Oh, no. Here we go. Okay, so it follows the exact same pattern. The exact same pattern. It's... I'm probably going to want a couple layers on this scaffold. That should be good. Actually, let's bring it closer. Doodly-doo. There we go. Okay, now we are ready to get to work. Just kept extending them further and further, I guess. Okay, so... yes, that is what it is. So I seem to have forgotten something, and that is the sea lanterns. So let's go ahead and grab that. I do have some. Not sure if 64 is going to be enough, but hey, we'll see. And since I do have a farm, it's not going to be the end of the world if it's not enough. Let's use the correct thing. There we go. Okay. Then we have wall, 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 wall. I mean, this is not exactly rocket science, but it does look good. Especially once you get the glass in there. Beautiful. And yes, the internals, it actually just keeps going up glass for, I think, until the very top here, even. Should probably put in the walls. Up there. That is... it's supposed to be a window. Not gonna do me much good as a wall, is it now? Do, 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 do. We've all been there. Okay. And I believe on top of these gaps, there's another set of sea lanterns. But that's not exactly something we have to worry about for the moment. Come on, there we go. Okay, not missing any scaffolding. I do like it when I'm not missing scaffolding. So otherwise it's quite annoying. Because then you gotta scaffold back up to get the scaffolding that you left behind, or just waste it. And I hate wasting things, even if it's things like rotten flesh that serve next to no purpose, especially in the quantities that I currently have it. But I keep it anyways, on the off chance that I'm going to need like 800 bajillion stacks of leather. And hey, that looks pretty decent so far. I mean, it definitely looks strange not having the other side and not having a glass, but as far as things go, I've seen much, much worse. Where'd we go? I think we go from the bottom up. That is such a hard transition. Let's just reshuffle so that way, hopefully, the next time we do that, it's not going to be as harsh of a transition. Maybe we'll even get two very similar things right next to each other. I'm definitely gonna have to start cooking up some more brick here. In fact, I think that should be the next thing that we do. Just cook up some brick. I'll keep working and building using like the endstone and that sort of thing. But yeah, we're gonna need some we need some serious brickage. Brickage is not really a word, is it? I say not really. I mean not at all. It's just not really a thing, eh? Brickage. Okay. There we go, there we go, there we go. And voila. Okay. So now we'll take a snooze. Prep some bricks. And off we go. Okay, so where's all of my kelp? There's all of my kelp. Oh, shut up. Chuck that in there. Chuck that in there. Okay. We'll hold on to the deep slate for now. We can chuck the wood, the sticks, also the wood, I suppose. Anything else I don't really need as of the moment. Okay, and dirt. Thank goodness for data packs, because otherwise it would be such a pain to collect all of this clay. I mean, it's already kind of a pain, but not that much of a pain. Ah, they're completely empty. Perfect. A 1, 2. A 1, 2. And you know what? Let's go ahead and make... Sure. Yeah. That much brick. And I am going to need some more glass. So, where's my cobblestone? This is why I keep a large supply of cobblestone. Maybe not that much. So that's for... That should be more than enough. So that's all gravel. Oh, one more. I miscalculated. Sand. Sand. Okay. And anything that we have left over after these, we'll just do sand with. It's cooking up them bricks, which is what I like to see. So while that's cooking up brick and glass, we will get to work placing in the glass panes that I do have, for one thing. That's gray, that's not the same thing. That's tinted glass, which, strangely enough, does not have a pane variant, which annoys me infinitely. It's just so sad. You offer me this wonderful block, and then you don't give it to me all the available detail widths. And that just makes me sad. Just a major disappointment, Mojang. Real missed opportunity. Okay, yeah, this is not going to be nearly enough glass. So we will also grab the end stone. Yeah, sure, the whole lot of it. We're going to need some stairs as well of that. Sure, 16. Oh, one more. Wait. Sure, 25. Sure. Sure, 25 stairs. Okay, so you know what? Sure, let's start with the panes. Let's start with the glass. Probably should have started smelting the glass before the bricks, but that's okay. So the glass panes are actually pretty easy. We basically just fill. And this is actually a really nice thing that was not necessarily intentional, but very welcome. I don't have to click very much on, like, glass panes on the thin side for this build. Just happened to be how things ended up. Like, see? I'm at least hitting a corner piece. And if I'm quite clever, I just do it this way first. Ideally, we would do this from the other side, because that gives me a much broader face to click on. And that's all the glass. Not even two full windows. Oh my word. But that is okay. That gives us an excellent opportunity to do the rest of our windows. And we just mirror this frame. Okay, and I'm actually going to pull a little sneaky, so that way that wall doesn't connect. And hopefully our subterfuge will go unnoticed. Ah. Seems inevitable that it will be detected there, though. In which case... Okay, we have already listened to this one straight away. Okay, hopefully that didn't blow at your eardrums. Oh, let's skip that one too, and that one. Actually, the This one's pretty cool. And it's one of the new ones, so just want to get some of the new ones out there, you know? Okay, well, definitely would rather have that, but this is acceptable, I guess. I suppose I can be persuaded. Definitely need a little more height. Scaffold tower, though. Okay, chuck that out for that. That out for that. Voila. Come on, come on. There's that. Oh, on two. Oh, on two. Okay, and those are both meant to be stairs, I believe. Shoot. Shoot. Okay, well, that's that. I don't need my axe. I do apparently need to be very thankful for my feather falling boots, though. And this should just be a stair, but let's check the image. I stand corrected. That is a full block on the inside. Where the heck did that go? I hope I picked it up. Right, and a full block. There we go. Ow. Ow. Okay, yes, so that should be good. Should be everything there. Okay, and then we don't have... So these just use the same frame inside and out, because it's on a diagonal, so it ends up being a little more obvious. And these ones, we have the full colonnade again. And do I have more walls? I do not. Let us whip up some more walls. Oh, how that got there, I do not know, but I will quite happily take it. Yep. Going to need rather a lot of them, so. We are not going to need rather a lot of this scaffolding in that position, so. And these will become crosses, plus signs, whatever you want to call them, pretty quickly, as soon as we get the glass for them. Where's my... Here we go. Because, yeah, as I say, it's going to be glass right the way through, and then we'll have the framing on either side. And this is always a trick that I like to use, where you have the glass framework, or you have the framework around the glass, and you have sort of multiple layers. This is the first time where I've done it with multiple, maybe not the first time, but one of the first times, I think, that I've done it with this sort of interstitial material. I've definitely done it before, but I don't think necessarily on this scale, where I have this massive framework and then like about an even amount of a different third material and then the glass in sort of this 50-50 arrangement. Or even perhaps just in general. I haven't exactly been tracking, but yeah. Doing this sort of thing means that you can get a lot of like frames and arches, that sort of jazz. All that good stuff, you know? You can make the window appear a lot fancier than it actually is just by including like these multiple layers of it. And often you do need to get 3 full layers, which can really increase the depth. Assuming you want to have that same frame on the inside and the outside. So I know I've used it over in Advent, over that way, in like my cathedral, even fairly early on. Back, it must have been at least 5-6 years now. I want to say 5 years, maybe 6. Ish, give or take. Yeah, even back then, I was using that technique because, like, it's the only way you can really get anything that is a convincing, like, ellipsoid, I guess, or arch out of Minecraft windows is to have those multiple layers. It just is impossible otherwise. And that's not a critique of Minecraft. That's one of those limitations and workarounds that I enjoy about the game, you know? Probably should have actually used my Elytra there instead of just holding down spacebar and hoping. Not exactly my finest moment in terms of brain power. Oh, of course. How could we forget? That's our stairs at the bottom there. Ah, bottom. That's a Minions level joke right there. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that is those windows done, except, of course, for the glass. Speaking of glass, how is that coming? Oh, we've produced 2 stacks of brick. That's pretty decent. Most of the way through... no. There is a lot of clay left. Okay, we'll leave those in there. I almost should create, like, a second array. Just because otherwise I'll have no hope. This is too far away. Here we go. That's more like it. Okay, come on, come on. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Do. Okay. You ready for this? I don't think you are. I don't think you are. Because here we go. A 1, 2, 3, a 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's the exact same thing we just saw on the other side. Get ready to have your mind blown. And what a song to have your mind blown to. Okay. Yeah. This definitely would have been easier from above. I feel like I should be building, like, a proper cathedral now. instead of a Gothic hotel. But hey. Yeah. I'm definitely going to need to get more endstone at some point, but hey. You know, I used to really not be a fan of endstone. I could never really figure out how to work it into anything. Especially because, like, the obvious choice is to put it with purpur, and to be frankly honest, it is just not a very good match with purpur, unfortunately. Like, it's an okay match. It's not a great match. It's kind of like an arranged marriage, you know. It's not going to be the best match, but sometimes it'll do. There's going to be problems with it, as there are with any marriage, of course, but why did I use this as a metaphor, by the way? What is wrong with my brain? Color palette that kind of works, but is only so-so. Oh yes, arranged marriage, yeah. Of course, yeah. You know, that thing that people run into all the time. Everybody is so familiar with arranged marriages. And knows exactly all the ins and outs of them. In fact, that is something that I would go so far as to say that I know all the ins and outs of. You know, I'm definitely the... Oh, man. But let's be real, maybe that's my only chance. Okay. So that is our colonnade finished on both ends. Our first floor mostly done, except for this middle bit. And also the ground floor. We do need to do the ground floor. Okay. How did I do this previously? That just looks like solid blocks, and I'm fully inclined to believe that. I mean, that does make sense. There we go. Just that easy. Alright, now that we have a little more of the building, what does this look like? That is... And it's only going to be taller. Yeah, this is really not on the same scale as anything else around here. It is going to dwarf everything. A part of me wants to just say, yeah, just slap a roof on it. Otherwise, it's going to be way too freaking tall. Like, this is already decently tall for... And yeah, you can see there's just no comparison. It's just going to dwarf it. Because our second level is not quite that tall, but it's at least 4 or 5 blocks. And then the roof is I believe the word I used last time was a gantry or something like that. Because it's meant to have like dormers and space in it that's actually usable. Yeah. This is making me question whether this size is maybe not such a good idea. Does look cool though. It looks really cool. Like, come on. Look at that. That's just cool, man. I really need to figure out a way to integrate a staircase or something into that building. That looks rad. Okay, you got me. It is actually really cool. I just hope that it doesn't dwarf everything around it too much. Because, I mean, like, the ground floor is already starting at, like, half the height of this main floor, and this is already, like, a double height main floor. The ground floor doesn't even start until past the main floor of most buildings. I think it's going to look really cool from this street. I mean, it's going to look really cool from all of the streets. Let's be real here. But once we get, like, buildings on all sides, because this is going to be all buildings, kind of probably similar to that, where they're really close to the front, I have a feeling that's going to look really cool. And yes, I am going to try to find a way to work a diagonal in on that. This one, I'm not so sure if it's going to have a diagonal. This first little bit might be a little bit of a park or something. Although, this entire section is going to be a park, so that might be park overkill to a certain extent. I don't know yet. This area is not one that I had nearly as many plans for. And this too. In fairness, I don't have much plans for. This is really the only one of the 4 cardinal quadrants that I had planned out. And I was like, oh yeah, we'll put a big freaking hotel. And then perhaps made it a little too big. That's why we'll stick a train station on the back. Or maybe just make the whole thing one giant train station. All back here and everything. What was I doing again? Okay, how much? Okay, so we're through most of the clay. May as well collect up some of the last of that lava. I got 6 slots. Oh, yeah. Way more than 6 slots. You see, there's a little bit of lava down here. Here we go. And that's what I've been slowly feeding my, those furnaces with. Because, you know, it's there. And it's also something that I want to remove at some point, so may as well remove it and use it instead of, like, coal. Okay, this is a little too loud for me. I'm not sure if it's too loud for you, but it's definitely too loud for me. There we go. Somebody needs to really invent, like... let's just... Yeah. Somebody needs to invent, like, a feature in their music player where, like, it makes the songs not... Like, it makes them all about the same loudness, rather than you have quiet songs and loud songs and quiet songs and loud songs. And when somebody invents that, please send it immediately to the CBC, because I don't think they get, how quiet their music is. I don't often drive these days, but when I do drive, sometimes I end up on the CBC, like, their FM music radio. Because of course the AM is, you know, the CBC news and all that jazz, except without jazz because it's news. You know, you get the picture. But I don't know what it is, man. But every time they play music on like their music station, which is often either orchestral or jazz or some other more highbrow, often Canadian influenced music. Lots of Canadian composers and that sort of jazz on there, including actual jazz. But the problem is they always play the music so quietly, and then they have the announcers at like the same level as other radio stations. So like every other radio station is like up here in terms of their loudness, and that's where their announcers are. But then they have their music down here, and you can't hear. And it's why? Why do you do this, CBC? Like, I understand if some of your song gets down to this quiet at sometimes because you're playing orchestral and sometimes it's supposed to be soft, but like most of your time should be spent up here, so that way I don't have to crank my volume in order to hear the music, and then when I switch to a different station, I get my ears blasted. What is up with that? CBC, please. It's not that hard. Just, there's a volume dial, just and that's it. Okay, but I've gotten way too distracted. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, so originally I had like this big window thing up here. You know what? Let's try for it. Okay. We'll be needing that. Sure. Okay, so first of all, this is brick. Second of all, this is brick. But here's where things get spicy. This is not brick. And then we have more non-brick here. And then we have a quartz trim that goes here, so that might be interesting. Oh yeah, and yeah, so that's just straight up not gonna work. Unless, perhaps, we got a little sneaky. We did something like this, perhaps? Perchance? How does that look? Ow. That was a perfectly unideal hole to fall into. So I'm not gonna kibosh that straight off the bat. But I'm also not gonna... I think it needs some tweaking, is what I'm trying to say. But I also think that there's maybe some potential here. Just maybe. What if instead of that, this, and then, okay. Now, follow along, chat, because things are about to get a little bit spicy. A 1, a 2. We get that in there. No, that was not what I was attempting to do. I was, in fact, attempting to do the opposite. Ha, gotcha, chat. And by chat, I mean me. And the one viewer who... Thank you for sticking around if you're the same person. And if you're not, well, welcome. Okay, let's try that. Looks like a derpy face. I mean, well... Take 3. Why not, right? And we see if that works out better. I have a feeling it's not. An improvement, I think, but not a dramatic one, unfortunately. So I do have one more idea. And this one's going to be a little controversial because I know I said I tricked you, chat. And by chat, I still just mean that one viewer. But maybe I shouldn't have tricked you. I should have just been honest. This is a metaphor for life. No. No, I was right. That just looks dumb. But it could look less dumb, perhaps. Perhaps. Now that I think about it, no, it couldn't. It just looks dumb. So yeah, I did actually trick you, chat. Gotcha. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay. New idea. And this is a bold and controversial one at that. But, got this great new idea. And it's called saying screw it. Then we get our quartz trim. I'm not sure why I looked in my inventory. I knew I didn't have quartz trim. I already knew that. I don't... Not once during this entire stream have I touched my quartz trim. Or anything like it, you know? Why on earth would I even bother? I do love having these quartz trims. Are you serious? I don't know. Okay, well. No, that's definitely missing something. I don't know what it's missing, but it's missing something. There's got to be something there. Okay. Am I my viewer? Is that... Oh, maybe not. There's other people that may be viewing. Okay, well, that's besides the point. Okay, let's not keep that open for too much longer. Okay, and okay, apparently last time when I tried to pull up the picture of this hotel, it just didn't work. So let's see if I can make it actually work this time. Not if we do it that way. There we go. Now that's actually working. Okay. So they have it go the whole height. That makes it so much simpler. Although that's actually not the side I was necessarily copying. Maybe? Well, not copying. No, I think it was actually. Can you imagine working in a building like this? Gee. All of your pleb friends working in normal offices, and you're like, oh yeah, I work for the post office. And the post office has a massive clock tower. Beautiful Gothic architecture. Whole works. Just for like, because you can. You're Belgium and you have enough money from the Congo to just do stuff like that. Because, as I say, you can. Hi-ho. How are you doing, buddy? Oh, dead. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. There we go. That's the entrance I want. This one. How did they do that one? I need to try and find a photo of that one. Because there's this one that has the double entrance. But I want the single entrance. There's lots of shots like this where you're getting like the side view of it. But there's not any that are really full on enough for me to see. Let's try maps. Post Ghent. Oh. Is this it? Maybe. That does not look like and hotel. And yes, I'm using Bing. Shut up. Here we go. Where is it? Is that this one? No, stop. Is it really this one? Surely not, right? Like, I don't see any clock towers or anything here. Oh. Well, I see this is going to be super useful. post Gent down. No thanks. I'm already using it for all the things that actually matter. Okay, here we go. That's more like it. Okay, and now we drop this. Okay, so that's probably the double door one. Which means the single door one should be somewhere on this side, right? Hey, here we go. Okay, I now understand why there's not very many photos of it sort of head on. Because, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit cramped, the road. Although maybe if I pull one of these. That's the same photo, but there's two different streets. Okay, so we have a tunnel. Very nice. Oh, thank you. That's really handy. Okay, actually, no, we wanted to go out this one. Right? No? Okay, so I actually want to be on the bridge thing here. Was that this bridge thing? That is underneath. Thanks, Google Maps. You're super helpful to me right now. Wow. The one thing I needed to take out... the one thing I wanted to see, and is directly just a post in the way. Okay, come on. Come on, work with me here. Sure, let's try it. Okay, okay. There we go. That's the view I'm looking for. Oh, thank goodness. Somebody has it. So they have a ledge kind of straight across and then a row of these arched windows. We definitely don't have space for a full row of arched windows, but there's got to be something we can do. Those arches are actually pretty tall as well, which, once again, we do not have the space for. And, like, you can tell this is just, like, inspiration. It's definitely not the same. Like, they have this sticking out. Mine is indented in. So, obviously, like, there's definitely some similarities, but it is a rather loose form of inspiration. Okay, so let's try adding something that looks like that. Maybe. So, once again, I'm going to use stairs, because stairs are the best. Frick. Except maybe walls. Walls are pretty good, too. Bit of a toss-up between those two. get our telescope. Where? There's my telescope. My spyglass, sorry. That does sort of give the column impression. I almost wonder if I should make that a full block. Sure, let's try it. So I do think that's actually an improvement, having it just flat across the top. That's not a good noise. Hello? Hello? Where is that witch noise coming from? I'm just trying to listen to Pachelbel's canon here and have a good time. And maybe do some of my windows nicely. I'm hearing witchy noises, which I do not like. There is a cave around here. Okay. I mean, I could take them on, but why? I did not know that cave was going to be such a mess. This is actually kind of a long arrangement of canon in D. Oh. Like, it's pretty good, but it is a little on the longer side. Then again, canon in D is just generally a long song. Where'd you go? Did he die? Please say that he died. Yes. Ow. Okay, is there a witch around these parts? If there is, there won't be for long. Hello there, witchy. You know, witches are pretty annoying. Still think skeletons take the cake. Skeletons are just kind of the worst. It's because they're ranged. But also you run into them more than witches, which makes them more annoying. And they have knockback. Frick off. You will die in this cave. You are already dead, so I suppose it's not really as much of a concern for you. You know, a big part of it also is probably that aimbot. That probably helps make the skeletons much more annoying than the witches. Because, yeah, the witches can regen, but at least they don't have aimbot. And their potions, like, are pretty short range, so... Really just the ranged ones are much more annoying. In general. Like, think about it. Ghasts are annoying. Skeletons are annoying. So annoying that I threw my sword on the ground. Yeah, we can tuna fish. Yeah, we can tuna fish. Oh yeah, we should check on the clay, on the bricks. Oh, they burnt out. I don't see any glass, so that's that. And you know what? We are gonna need more glass. I'm calling it now. We're gonna need more glass. I'm just realizing that I do not have nearly enough black dye, I think, for this. $14, yeah! Yeah, 14. That's an amount. Surely I have glass bottles somewhere in here. Okay, I guess not. Do note that I don't need that bow. Okay, well, I guess we'll see if we have a couple squids anywhere. Oh, and we have pillagers too. I forgot they were annoying also. Hey, squiddies. There you are. Wait, that's it? Really? Okay. That's more like it. Oh no, he did drop some. Should almost get a trident for this. Might make things a little easier. Although that would require getting a trident. And I forget if I have the data pack that allows me to craft them enabled. Because I know at one point I had one that allowed me to craft tridents, but I'm not sure if that's even on this server. Hello? There we go. Okay, we are going squid hunting. That's 18, so we have more than doubled our stock in squids already, which is good. Hello, Squiddy. Squiddy McSquiddertons. Yeah, we definitely need another building up against that one. Looks kind of funny with all the quartz exposed like that. Okay, well, I guess we won't sail the whole way. We can do this too. This is acceptable, I guess. I do find the rivers are easier to get squids in. Pardon me. I think it's because there's, like, less water around or something. I don't know, man. Although, really, rivers probably shouldn't spawn squids. So far as I'm aware, all squids are saline only. They require salt. Salt water. Marine, I suppose both saline and marine are technically applicable. I'm not aware of any freshwater squids, but that doesn't mean that there aren't any. Although I am familiar with a decent amount of squids. I suppose there are other freshwater mollusks, and squids are just big mollusks, so it's not beyond the realm of plausibility, to be sure. There have been stranger things. Many stranger things. Including where many squids are. Including many squids themselves, actually. Maybe it's just the music that has me reminiscing about stranger things than, get it? I said the name of the show. Stranger Things than squid. I mean, there's bioluminescent squid, many varieties of that. Not very common among other things. Like, there's this whole large ocean, but I often find hunting squid is harder in the ocean. In part because they have more places to go. Okay, thank you, Dolphin. Dolphin, would you mind, is that it? Okay. Sorry, Squid. I'll get you in a second. Where? There. The hunt is on. That's one stack. Okay. That may be enough for the near future. Let's make it a stack and a half. Then we'll head back and continue the hunt along the waterways. I thought there was a fire there. Nope. Just the sun. Does look really good. Shaders, though. Sunset. It's going to look even better from within our lovely hotel. Okay, not seeing any squiddies here. Let's... Well, that's that, I guess. Doesn't even connect properly. Whose idea was that? Squid, yes. Give me your ink. You the last one, I bet. Ooh. Thanks, Dolphin. guess, well, that's all of those squids. There's one more. There is another. Is that one more? No, it's a drowned. Screw you. Ah, stupid skeleton. Never gonna hit me like that. It would be nice if these chunks would load. Okay, well, that's good enough. I'm not seeing any. There we go. I did not know that there were large underwater sounds. Like, it makes sense. I just haven't heard them before. And we will stop by our little fortress here. Oh, of course there's the underwater sounds. Because, yeah, there's that one. Where is my ink sags? Surely I have some here. All this and I don't have any? Really? Not even one? I guess not. It's a shame. I do have glowing sacks. Because in 1.17, glow squids used to... Was it 1.17? Yeah, I think so. Glow squids used to spawn higher up in the world, including in this river, because I would often be the only person on, and there they were. I'm not about to complain about getting glowing. Although now I think they have changed that. It's a bumblebee, eh? Okay. Dang it. Also, dang it. I'm not sure if it's even possible to fly through there. Go away. But I often like to try. The real ideal way in that town is to sort of go around the outside, around that ring road sort of deal. And there's just a little sort of side street you can follow. Okay, let's see how our brick and glass is coming along. Not particularly well. Oh well. We'll check that in there. Check that in there for now. And then I suppose we should get started on the trim. For which I'm gonna need... how much do I have? There we go. Quartz. I got quartz stairs. There's another one. There's some more of those. But I don't seem to have very much actual quartz. mean, there's that, but that's hardly anything. Alright, we'll just make some more. This is why I keep barrels of cobble on hand. And also why I'm real keen on data packs. Although I did find out recently that, how do you say? There are villagers that will trade you blocks of quartz. So, probably worth investing in those. And future versions of the data pack may not rely so heavily on that. We can have a weaker conversion rate sort of deal. But now that we have that, it's time to make and smoothen it. Sure, we'll chuck that in there. Okay, and sure, full stack of quartz trim. That ought to do the trick. Because, yeah, this really does just go around the whole outside. Ooh, there we go. And how does it work around here? Ah, interesting. So here as well, we have it peeping through the walls, though not those walls, actually. Come on, there we go. Okay, and nothing there, right? Yeah, nothing there. Which means that we then have that there, and then for those ones we have this sort of L bracket. There we go. Okay. Right, and for this, we actually need a pile of stairs, which I forgot about. How utterly inconvenient. 1. Oh yeah, that'll do us. That'll do us right up, chaps. Let's go ahead and make a whole stack of those bad boys. Okay. Let's see if I can remember. What did I say, like, that, like, there might be a chance that I would? Obviously, I'm not gonna remember. We just go straight along the top. We do also need to do this bit. And it's just like this atop that. And inside it is different, so I'm not even gonna bother. Actually, inside it may not be different, but the inside is always the part I get to last, so not exactly concerned. There we go. This will actually wrap around the edge. And then we repeat. Ooh, ideally without falling in a hole. Always rather pleasant to find yourself not in a hole, I find. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Now that's more like it. Do I actually still have my sea lanterns on me? Because this would be a prime opportunity to insert them right here. There we go. Nice. I do indeed have my sea lanterns on me. That's mightily convenient. Okay. And these are really going to look quite nice with the glass running through them. Actually, is that white glass that I have there? It's really hard to tell. I actually can't tell. That is the problem with shaders. The glasses kind of merge into each other. Still working on bricks, it seems. Oh, but we're nearly done. I do think we are going to need more buckets, though. Oh, apparently not yet. And that is rather a lot of bricks. Right. This is kind of a cheaty recipe, but actually a fairly cheaty recipe, but I always figure it's okay, because yeah, bricks just take forever, and they should be more of a sort of staple level building block rather than the massive amount of effort they can be. Ah, that's why. I was like, hold on, this doesn't make sense. It's because I forgot to push it down. Come on, there we go. See, this side I've got, right? Could probably just lay down more scaffolding, but eh. No. That is devastating. Not actually. It feels devastating. There we go. Looking pretty spiffy. It'll look much better once we get the windows in. Yes, we're finally producing some glass. We'll wait till we get 16 in here. How is there so much more clay in here than in the other one? Probably these. Something to do with that. 16, let's go. Stuck it all in here, didn't I? Yep. Wish that made 2 black dye, but I understand why it doesn't, I suppose. Did I have more glass? Yep. I even had more black glass. What is wrong with me? All this time I was waiting. I didn't need to. Oh, what the fool I am. There we go. That's another window done. did I suddenly end up with an odd number of glass when the other one left me on an even number of glass? Now I am suspicious and concerned. That's looking a right treat, though. Perhaps I simply did not check. Okay. Very well, then. Okay, and now we need more black glass. We are going to need rather a lot of it, it seems. Which should not shock me. I will take that. We'll take that. Yep, we'll take that too. Check that in there for now. Stacking a bit, eh? I seem to have forgotten a rather vital step somewhere along the way here. Here we go. And that would be bleeding this window also. Just look wrong having one window incomplete, you know? Since we're down here anyhow. Oh my word. I'm a fool. Thank goodness for Silk Touch, right? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent, excellent. We seem to be flying through the stained glass at a fairly consistent rate, which is nice. Producing it and using it in about the same rate, give or take. It does help that we boosted production a little bit by using some glass that we had earlier. Hey, there we go. May as well. Oh, these ones are all filled. Right. Gorgeous. Wonderful. Something about that doesn't actually seem right to me. There may actually be an internal frame that I forgot about. I'm not saying there is, but there may be. Which would be unfortunate. I'm sure it shares a bunch of the same elements, though, if there is. Which is probably what made it harder for me to notice. We'll check on it. Nice. Glass. Nice. 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 Thank you. One more. There we go. That'll last me even longer. Oh, hello there. Thank you. You know how it is. Just thanking a piece of glass. As one does. I mean, haven't we all been there? Just doing your thing, you start thanking a piece of glass. Not even for it doing anything nice for you or anything like that. Just by happenstance. Just that it didn't mess you up explicitly. Okay. Perfect. And that leaves us some glass left over for next time. Excellent. We may want to decide to put some proper thick glass up there. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see. Oh, come on. Well, I'll take that, I guess. And that is the first level all done. That actually feels like a pretty good stopping point. So let's take a little while. Just relax. Enjoy our handiwork. See how things look. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. It looks so much better all filled out like that. And we'll try it from this window. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, sure, we've got the time. Let's go ahead and look at it from some other windows, eh? Come on. Down the hole we get. Oh, that's quite a view too. Oh, and you can almost just see down the. Oh yeah, you can. You can see down the side street there. I suppose it's not really a side street. That's fairly main street. Dang, that looks good. And you've got this view down the diagonal as well. Oh yeah, this one's slightly better even. That's actually going to get you the best view straight down that diagonal. That is an impressive looking diagonal, gotta say. I really need to find a way to get some stairs in there. Let's take a look at it through here as well. See, there's this cozy little tavern, and then there's that absolute behemoth. Really don't get the best view of it, though. I suppose that is, you know, you get what you pay for sort of deal, and you're definitely paying for less with windows like these in a tavern like this. Let's see how it looks with the full glass and everything down this road. Oh, you can even see like the start of it down here. I mean, of course you can. It's freaking massive. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This place is gonna have bustle and jive. I like it. I like it very much. Let's see if we can actually get an angle on it from here. I didn't think so. Get a good view of the other buildings, though. Although that view will be blocked up by buildings that are directly across the way, I'm sure. So maybe we want some of these buildings here to jet out into the street so you can get a better view. Or something like that, I don't know. Dang. That looks good, though. I am well pleased with that. Well, I think that is it for me today. Thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate it, as always. How did snow get up there? Okay, let's solve that before doing anything else. Okay, now we can sign off well and true and proper. Thank you all for joining me. It has been wonderful to construct this absolute behemoth, absolute unit of a hotel. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in, whether it was 10 seconds, 10 minutes, perhaps even a little bit longer. Thank you. I do really appreciate it. I will be back, I believe, tomorrow. It's on the schedule. Thank you all once again. I will see you next time.